Welcome to a brand new episode of the Soul Blazers podcast. Co-hosts Amanda Ware, our Christmas queen and founder of Hello Holidays, and Dr. Kara Osborne, our multi-venture guru, are ready to sit down and share their stories, insights, and wisdom to inspire aspiring trailblazers like you who are gearing up to start your own business, seeking personal growth, or looking for that spark to set your soul ablaze.
There is talking about scarcity mindset, talking about entrepreneurship. Let's talk about money.
Money.
Oof. Even just talking about money, I felt something inside me. Like that made me feel a little uncomfortable. Because, talking about money is kind of taboo. Talking about, I don't have scarcity mindset with money, and it can make other people feel uncomfortable. If I spend money they think I shouldn't spend on frivolously. But I think I've always had this mindset and just realized that it's something that actually might not be a bad thing, is that, money's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's like I spend it and it'll come back. Not that I have a lot. I'm not saying I've got too much. I've never had too much, but
Money is energy, right? Money is support and energy, and it's a construct that human beings make up. Americans, especially sort of intergenerationally, like our parents and grandparents, have been through times of real scarcity, and the sort of idea of well, you have to save for a rainy day, or what if something bad happens, or whatever. But if you sort of listen to the financial gurus, there's a thing about you have to spend money to make money. You actually can't just hold on to every dollar you've ever made. You can't save your way to wealth. You actually have to leverage assets and make these bigger plays. And I think money can be one of those things that's just used as a mechanism of control, but creates power dynamics, especially between men and women, or in couples in general, but in heterosexual couples, if the man makes more than the woman, then and I think here where we live in the South and in this evangelical culture, there is, and you've said this before, it's like a badge of honor or a goal to not have to work. I don't have to work. My husband makes enough money to provide for our family, and I don't have to work. However, necessarily that means he makes the money, I don't. Very few couples are able to really get to a balanced place of he's making the money and I'm spending the money without that being tense or whatever. People have all kinds of friction points around that. Back on the topic of scarcity and money's scarce, if you can wrap your head around the idea that money is there to support you and is there as a mechanism to build things, when you and I first started talking about how you hate thinking about the money part of Hello Holidays, I tried to encourage you to think of it not as dollars, because you've got mental baggage around dollars, but Lego blocks. I have this many Lego blocks in this form, and I can trade these Lego blocks for these Lego blocks. So in the Hello Holidays business, you have traded dollar Lego blocks for inventory Lego blocks. If you need more dollar Lego blocks, more yellow ones instead of blue ones, you can sell that inventory and get those dollars. And it's all just an exchange of energy in different formats, right? And when you have a financial transaction with another person, even when you buy your food at Chick-fil-A, if you come at it from a place of money's scarce and I don't have enough and I don't know if I'll have enough, and listen, we all go through it at different times. Money does ebb and flow, and certainly it's coming from a place of privilege to talk about it in a relaxed way, because there are people for whom every 50 cents is a struggle, and I'm thrilled that in this go-round I'm not in that place. But even if you are in that place, seeing money attitudinally as something that's there to help you and that you actually deserve, from a attitude mindset, how you feel about things changes your daily interactions in subtle ways that you may not even notice. But if you think, hey, I deserve to have the money that I've earned. I earned that, and I deserve to be able to hold on to it, and I deserve to have nice things, versus, well, in the kind of like selfless way of like, I did work really hard, but, I don't need hardly anything, so I'm just going to keep this one little bit and I'll just give it to everybody else because they need it more than I do. Like, what's that about? Like, these people need whatever it is more than I need whatever it is. Getting to the bottom of how you feel about and interact with money is one of those fundamental things that until you work it out for yourself, it's going to feel hard. It doesn't have anything to do with how much, like the absolute number of dollars at your disposal. You could have millions. I've watched people with millions and millions of dollars struggle with every single transaction all day long, and it's like, why? And I've been through phases of life where it was like, well, maybe if I make this much money, then I can buy the car I want or relax about, buy clothes or whatever. And inevitably I would make that much money and nothing would really change because it just wasn't, it's all in my head anyway. It's feelings, it's emotions, it's not numbers. I'm a very quantitative person, but money's not just counting. It's not just numbers. It's not just points on a data sheet. It is a form of energy. And until you can kind of wrap your head around how you interact with it, it's gonna feel hard.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Soul Blazers podcast. Kara and Amanda, your soul blazing big sisters, are just laying the foundation for all of the amazing things to come. If you want to stay up to date on new episodes, be notified of any discounts, or get a glimpse of what we are working on behind the scenes, go to soulblazers.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Until next time, Soul Blazers!